cheat on your wife with mine, I will burn your life to the ground. That's the chilling revenge story you're about to hear. Today's tale has it all: betrayal, secret emails, private investigators, and a downfall so brutal it left one man jobless, homeless, divorced, and humiliated. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one, because the ending, pure karma. Our storyteller takes us back to the early 2000s. On the surface, everything seemed normal. Marriage, kids, a stable life. But when his two children, just 4 and 6 at the time, started casually mentioning how often they were staying at their grandparents' house, red flags began to rise. Now, visiting Grandma and Grandpa isn't unusual, but here's the catch. They lived 90 minutes away, and somehow this was happening several times a week. Something wasn't adding up. When he confronted his wife, she denied everything. But let's just say, she was never a great, "So what do you do when you suspect something's off?" You start investigating. He began by tracking the mileage on her car, and sure enough, there were 400 extra miles showing up every week. That's not just a few errands. That's a whole lot of sneaking around. But the real bombshell came one day when he sat down at the computer and found a sticky note. Yep, his wife had left her AOL password written down. One click later, he was inside her emails, and what he found confirmed his worst fears. She was cheating, and she was bragging about it to her best friend. Now, most people would explode right then and there, but not this guy. He wanted hard evidence. So he called up a friend who was a cop, who connected him with a private investigator named Ron. Ron was a pro. After getting the details, he tailed the wife and documented everything, dropping the kids at her parents' house, meeting her high school ex for lunch, then heading to a cheap motel for a few hours, picking up the kids and returning home like nothing ever happened. Pictures, times, dates, everything. Case closed. But the husband wasn't just focused on his wife's betrayal. He wanted to know who this other guy was. Ron dug deeper and delivered. The man's name? Bob. Translation: his whole cushy life depended on his wife's family. And with that, the perfect revenge plan started forming. Our storyteller hired a divorce lawyer and had everything ready to go. But he wasn't stopping there. On the very same day, his wife got served divorce papers at work. Ron, the PI, visited Bob's wife. He handed her the full report: pictures, times, dates, proof that her husband was living a double life. What she did with that information? Oh, it was brutal. Bob's wife cleaned out their joint bank account, took the kids, and left. Her father, Bob's boss, fired him instantly. Since her parents also owned the house Bob lived in, he was evicted too. And it didn't stop there. The divorce turned messy. Public court documents show ugly fights, police reports, restraining orders, and even criminal charges. At one point, Bob got into a fight with his brother-in-law and left with a broken nose. From VP of sales to jobless, homeless, divorced, and disgraced, all thanks to his own choices. Karma didn't just knock on Bob's door, it kicked it down. As for Bob's ex-wife, she ended up just fine. She worked for her father's company and eventually took over when he retired. She came out stronger, wealthier, and free of Bob's lies. And our storyteller? He finalized his divorce, co-parented peacefully, and when the kids grew up, he cut off all unnecessary contact with his ex. No drama, no bitterness, just moving on. So let's recap. Bob thought he could cheat with another man's wife and get away with it. Instead, he lost his marriage, his kids, his job, his home, and his reputation. If that's not the definition of play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I don't know what is. So what do you think? Was this the perfect revenge? Or do you think the husband could have gone even further? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love true stories of revenge and karma, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around, because I've got plenty more tales just like this one.